I competed in my first ever 5 Fret tournament in Fortnite Festival hosted by Koi and Rob, and it went a little something like this.
Stop.
In this video, I will go over how the tournament was set up, how I felt before, during, and after my matches, and my thoughts on how to do better next time, because, spoiler alert, I did not do well. There were some big names that took place in this tournament, like Big Body, Mr. Electric Nick, Taco, and King Bryce, and I implore you to check them out. I will have all the links I can find posted down in the description below, as well as the Discord in which you can participate in these tournaments as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. I signed up for the tournament a couple hours prior and then I got into warm-up. It's a double elimination tournament, so there was also a loser's bracket. This took me back to when I would do speedrunning showcases for no reset. Spent an hour or two before my run to perfect any tricks before the official run took place. I practiced songs I knew were gonna be tiebreakers like Somp and Beyond the Flame. While warming up, I did feel the nerves because I knew if I advanced in the bracket, I would eventually face someone truly above my skill level. I didn't feel entirely confident about my practice runs of Somp and Beyond the Flame, so I was definitely feeling it. 10 minutes prior to the event starting, they rounded us up into a VC to count heads and make sure we were all accounted for.
Love bug.
Present. Since there was an odd number of participants, there was a wildcard round for all my sports fans out there. If you're not familiar with sports ball, then a wildcard round is taking all the odd participants and putting them in matches before the bracket evened out. So if you look at the bracket here, there were a total of 20 participants and 4 of us, including me, playing in the wildcard. I went up against Diego for my first round and we added each other on Epic and got into the game. What I didn't realize here was that we could choose our own songs to compete with. Diego chose Hey Brother by Avicii and I chose Butterbarn Hoedown. Not a terribly difficult song, but one that I knew fairly well. What I failed to realize was that I didn't know the optimal path for any of these songs. If you're not familiar with optimal pathing, it's okay. It's pretty sweaty when it comes to 5 Fret rhythm games. Pathing refers to finding the best place to activate overdrive so that you score as many points as possible. Since I didn't know the path for Hey Brother, I got wiped in the first match. Butterbarn was next and I felt pretty confident in this one. No one expects Butterbarn. Diego activates on the first set of chords early and I thought that was pretty peculiar, so I activate a little before the chorus. I activate on the mini solo thinking that would give me a bit of an edge. And then the most unfortunate thing happens. I miss on the solo. The song I could FC on command, I miss on the most crucial point in the song. The thing about Fortnite Festival is you can't see the other player's score, so you don't know how far ahead or behind you are of them. That miss would cost me the match by only 600 points and send me to the loser's bracket. I had a bye round in round 2 while my opponent was being decided. What I should have done in this time was decide which song I was going to pick and what the most optimal path would be. I know these tournaments are just for fun, but if I'm going to compete with the big boys and girls and everyone else, I was going to have to get good. Next up was my loser's bracket round against Creeper. I give him a hug before the match and we get into our song choices. He chose Bring Me to Life and I chose Highway Tune. I looked at his previous scores and thought he wasn't as technically inclined as I was, so maybe I could trump him with a more technical song. I started out hot by activating in the intro of Bring Me to Life, which was my first mistake because Creeper was saving his overdrive for the verse, which was full of dotted 8th note chords. At this point, I'm reading Creeper's activations and activating during the bridge like he does. I end up dropping in the last chorus and it was all over. I get dog walked in the first match. My last match was Highway Tune, and at this point I learned just to activate when he does. But while doing this, I end up missing everywhere. I regained composure towards the end of the song, but by the time I did, it was already over. I end up dropping out of the tournament early by only 4,000 points. After I finished my runs, I hung out with the other participants and spectators and enjoyed the rest of the tournament. The grand finals ended up being King Bryce from winners and It's Okay Nate from losers, where King Bryce would take a 2-0 victory over It's Okay Nate, becoming back-to-back Pro Rumble champions.
Crash game.
Did I get my ass embarrassingly beat in this tournament? Yes, but I can walk away knowing I finally got to fulfill my lifelong dream of competing in a Guitar Hero adjacent tournament. I will take the time to get better, learn more about the songs I play, and maybe just go a little further next time. I had a lot of fun competing in one of these, and you bet your ass I will be at the next one. Until then, my name is Lovebug, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.